Hey, what's up, y'all?
We are back
with another review.
Married at First Sight, season 13, y'all.
Lucky episode number 13.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Season 13, episode 13.
13, but it is okay. I'm Michelle.
I'm India, and we want y'all to subscribe like right now.
Yeah, because we had a lot of views on our last video. Thank you everybody for watching, but we have more views than subscribers. So that means that somebody needs to subscribe.
Yes. Whatever, just stop and subscribe. We're almost at 1,000, and we would appreciate
what is it? Like, I literally subscribe to so many places, and then I don't even, sometimes I watch, sometimes I don't. I don't ever unsubscribe for what? It's like, doesn't even matter. Just do it, y'all.
Thank you.
Please. Thank you.
Anyways, we could start.
Okay. So
couple by couple.
But first, it started off with Johnny and Bao, but prior to that, well, I guess, yeah. So it started off with Johnny and Bao, but Johnny
and Ryan
was with Ryan in the pool
and
hall.
As soon as I saw them, I said, this is the worst two people that could ever be together.
Why would they let them? Why would they do that?
Ryan's negative ass bringing Johnny even further down his damn rabbit hole of negativity. And then he was even trying to be more positive than Ryan, even though he's jackass crazy.
Yeah.
And it was just confusion. They should have never had Johnny.
It was confusion. It was like, what?
Negative on negative.
Like, so Ryan was like, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but if you don't want to be with her, or like if you don't try to make it work. If you don't feel like it's working, then don't try. Bro, just because you out here swiping and you don't want to try, don't put that on everybody else. So yeah, we didn't know Brett and Ryan was gonna give a little something this week, but they did.
But then Johnny comes back from meeting with Ryan, laying in the bed with Bao. Always got to bring up some awkward conversation that it really don't need to be had then and there. Always has to say everything that's on his mind. It's like he basically doesn't process stuff before he says it. Like maybe he met with Ryan and maybe he had some things to think about.
And he was making a joke of it. Right, but he made a joke of it. It was like, you're right. He wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because he made a joke of it to bring it up.
And then went in.
But here's the problem. The reason why he went in is because he doesn't like for her to disagree with him. That's what's actually happening. Is that he does not want, anytime she disagrees, he says it's an argument. An argument is not a disagreement. Disagreement and argument are two different things. You can disagree with someone, you just don't have the same opinion or viewpoint on something, but that's not an argument. And she was like, we're just talking, like we're just as soon as she doesn't agree with what he says, he loses his shit.
And literally she should have lost her shit, because at that point, what the fuck was he talking about?
He was talking about they have 3 pillars.
Yeah, friends or better than friendship.
Trust and communication. They talk all the damn time. I don't understand the communication.
And he was talking about how he didn't want it to end up being in the friend zone, and he wanted the actual romance part of it. Now you're trying to go back and build a friendship, but apparently y'all were friends, so you wanted to really hope that this didn't just stay in the friend zone.
It didn't make sense.
The goalpost.
Nothing he said made sense for them, especially for them.
For them, exactly.
Especially for them, because he been calling out the fact that this ain't been working since the honeymoon, y'all. Since the honeymoon, he been having drama, and he didn't feel this, and he don't feel this connection. He's been doing this since the honeymoon. He has not stopped.
And he changes it every time. He changes what it is every time.
I just feel like he's trying to manipulate the situation to make himself not look bad, even though he said that's what Bao does. Like, that's what he's doing. He's trying to
projecting on her too.
Yeah. So yeah, I wrote in my notes, I said Johnny is making shit up. Like, he legitimately, when they were having that bedroom conversation, it just felt like he was just, and they had both said that the first week, the last week they had been fine. So why are you, and she was like, well, the last week we've been doing good. I've been trying. And he said that she was trying.
Them last 4 days, she was planning dates. They were doing stuff. They were actually building that friendship he was talking about. So instead of just coming back and saying, hey, talk to him, it seems like we're on in a good place, you go and then bring up anything negative that you can say, even stuff that doesn't make sense, even stuff that doesn't align with where you guys are moving as a couple, but you still gonna say it. Self-sabotage.
It's not even, I don't know. He also said she called him out, or she maybe she was talking in in the confessional about it. But he was saying that at first they were being physical, but that he was only going through the motions, and he didn't want to just kiss her just for the sake of kissing her, but he really wanted romantic feelings. And she was just, and then they clipped, like, she was like, but I have a feeling like, she was like, he's saying that he didn't feel that way before. She was like, but he did. She was like, I know he did. And then they showed all these scenes where it seemed like he had genuine feelings and he was genuinely attracted to her. So again,
gaslighting the shit out of her.
Is he distracted? Because that's the only thing that's making sense. Is that these people are trying to make it seem like it's just. Oh, later on in the episode, Brett says she feels like some people don't look at it as a real marriage. Yeah. Johnny is one of those people.
Oh, heck no.
Period.
And Val
he does
really
not
does consider it a real marriage.
Yeah.
And she's trying, and Johnny isn't. And that's the end of it.
So I feel like Bao is not holding back anymore, and I appreciate that, because I think before she was like holding her tongue or trying to like acquiesce to him, or she was like being really quiet. But she did, like, I think she got empowered after all of this stuff, because it's like, why you can't just keep beating me up like a punching bag.
And she said that, and that was really sad. I'm sorry, I felt bad for Bao in that moment.
But
he keeps emotionally and freaking verbally abusing her.
But she said he does not want to put in the work and he does not want to be happy. She was like, he's not a happy person. He's not going to be happy with nobody. He is not going to be... She was like, he's not ever going to have a relationship or ever have a marriage. Like, she read him, and she's not lying.
Good for her. Go on, Bao.
She ain't lying.
Good for you, Bao girl, because he's too much.
Yes.
He's exhausted. Every time he come on the screen, I'm like, I want to fast forward. If we didn't have to do these reviews, I promise I would have to fast forward, because my anxiety gets so high with him.
His energy is off.
Oh, his energy is terrible.
So when they met with the experts, she met with Pastor Cal, he met with Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper called him out. Dr. Pepper told him that he didn't know how to say things in a way that was not disrespectful and rude.
Yeah, and
that if he was going to say things that are critical, he needed to figure out a way to say them without them being offensive and disrespectful. If somebody tells you that you be disrespectful, like they are literally saying this out of their mouths about people that just met each other a month ago, and they're telling them to save their marriage. Like, that don't even go together. Like, it is not okay for you to be rude and mean and disrespectful to somebody that you just met. Like, what is even the reason? Like, what kind of person are you?
He needs to get off the show.
I mean, at the very least, Ryan don't say nothing, so he's not being rude and disrespectful.
No, Johnny taking it.
But Johnny and Jose literally are cut from the same cloth and need to be together, because what are they doing? So when she met with Pastor Cal, she said that he cuts her down.
And he's fully pretty much checked out.
And he does not have emotional maturity, and that he's given up. And on that note, we all agree.
Yes. She assessed that correctly.
She did. And she didn't need Pastor Cal to confirm that. We all know that that's the case.
And then Pastor Cal was basically trying to tell her to, like, keep holding on or something.
Yeah, it's like
Pastor Cal, this episode, he was kind of getting on my nerves. And I know they got to act like these people are taking these marriages seriously, but in no world does Bao need to keep going back and trying to make it work with Johnny's verbally abusive ass.
Nope.
Mentally, emotionally, verbally abusive. She don't need to try. Just go through the motions, boo.
So, India, they met up afterwards. He told her that Dr. Pepper said, do not be critical. Like, figure out a way to communicate without using terms that are mean, disrespectful, that cut people down. And boom, he was like, we known each other 15 years and I'm not attracted to you. We could have been dating. What?
But the physical attraction wasn't there. After he said we should build the friendship. So then you bringing that up on top just to be nasty, because I don't even have nothing to do with the theme that you were going for.
But you know why he did that? Because he was mad at her for saying what she said, like, are you still ready for marriage? Every time she says something that he doesn't like, or she comes, or she somehow, I feel like, questions him, he gets on the defensive, and then he, like, attacks. He straight up, like, tries to gut punch her. And it's just, she knows it now. So she sees it, she knows it. She's not letting him get to her, I would say that much. Like, I don't think that she's affected.
I'm glad.
But at the same time, she's still trying to she's like putting on a face to get this check, I guess. Or not even to get the check, but just to fulfill her contract is what it really is. Because I know it's a few of them that it ain't about the money. They ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Mm-hmm. And she should be whatever, because Johnny ass is unstable, honey. Anyways, who's next? Mirla and Gil. They wasn't really giving nothing this episode. Gil wasn't nosy up in people's business. Wasn't nothing going on.
A little bit. He did talk to Johnny and Zach, but at the volleyball, but not really. Mirla showed up drunk to her meeting with Dr.
That
Pepper.
Shit was funny, I'm gonna lie.
It was funny,
but here's trying to hold it together.
But here's the thing. It was the most, like, it's crazy. Like, she has serious walls up, y'all. I don't know if you could tell, but just her demeanor, like, the alcohol loosened her up, and she just seemed like
to communicate, just
a nice, approachable person. Like, she has this exterior that is very, like, kind of hard. Like, it's just off-putting. And it's like her resting bitch face went away when alcohol was involved, and she was so giggly. She was giggled out. I thought it was cute. I thought it was vulnerable. Like, it was endearing. Like, dare I say, she was likable.
She was really open about her relationship. They seem
like they are really on the right track. They were on the
couple 2 weeks ago.
Right, and they both actually were on the same page about what's like splitting them apart. Or Dr. Pepper told her what her negative was, and she was like, okay, sure. And the same negative that Dr. Pepper told her is what Gil told Pastor Cal.
Yeah,
like she
that's her main negative.
Yeah.
But what about his negative of being broke?
Well, okay, so Indy and I were talking about this while we were watching, and she was just like, why are they bringing up the financial part? I think that the financial part is something they can overcome. Because I think he could always make more money. I think that he seems like a hustler. He seems like a go-getter. He does not seem like a lazy dude. Like, he may not have, like, she may actually upgrade him in the sense of, this is how you save. This is how much money you need to make. This is why I can spend the money I have. Like, if they have a true relationship,
you're right. She could upgrade him.
She could upgrade him, so maybe she sees the potential.
If she's not the type to want to have to do that, and she's set in, this is what I deserve, she might not be down to upgrade him.
But if his positives outweigh that,
which I think it does, from what she said. That's why I say you might be going to something, but I just think it might eventually come back.
Because I don't think he's trying to leech. I don't think he wants her buying her nothing. I think that he wants to carry his own. I think he wants to do all of that. I do think they will disagree on certain things, but there are plenty of marriages where one spouse spends way more on something that the other spouse doesn't think they should. And that does not break up marriages. I mean, it could, but it does not. And there's a lot of people that just have different things that they like. And
I think that will end up being a bigger thing.
You think it will? I think it
maybe
could.
Not in the show.
Right, but I think in their relationship.
When
because you usually don't have to deal with that when you're just dating somebody. Yeah. Like,
it can be one of those things where it's like,
but at the same time, think about this. If they started dating and she realized that he did not make a lot of money, and he realized that she spent her money on all of this stuff, that might have stopped them from moving forward.
Yeah, that's true. Probably a lot of them.
Yeah, you would be like, he don't really, we don't have the same vibe. Like, he not balling enough for me, or whatever, or she too high maintenance, whatever it is, it would have stopped them from getting as far as they are right now.
You're right.
And I think she genuinely likes him, and he genuinely likes her.
You're right.
So I actually think they can overcome that. Okay. The bottom line is that's really all they talked about. They
the number one couple.
Yeah.
Oh, she talked about her social anxiety and why she does complain. And I was telling Michelle, maybe she complains because she's uncomfortable and that she's just saying something to say something. Because some of that stuff you can leave. It's not you being honest and blunt. Yeah. You can leave some of that stuff inside. You can assess a room and be like, oh, this ain't my vibe. But you don't have to nitpick every single thing that you don't like. You can just be like, oh, this ain't really what I would pick, but let's make the best of it.
And it's something that he essentially said brings the mood down. And Dr. Pepper told her that, made a comment that was like very poignant. Like, she said,
like, basically the consistent negativity.
Yes, it was like whatever it was like consistent negativity will impact your relationship. And I was like, yes. Like, please don't do this.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's the...
Even if that's her wall.
That was her wall.
Mechanism, it's not...
That is her wall because...
I'm glad. Hopefully she's learning from the show, whether they stay together or not. Hopefully...
But it also seems like it's her defense mechanism or her wall because she did it a lot in the beginning. And now last few episodes, she's not doing it as much, which means she's more comfortable. She, you know, and maybe she does still do it and the cameras just aren't catching it. But even still, like, I feel like she did it so much that the cameras caught everything before. So either way. Okay, next.
That was Gil, Mirla, Zach, and Michaela.
It
seemed like next episode, y'all. If y'all ain't see them previews, please go back and watch.
We finally see Hurricane K in action. She crazy, y'all. She crazy. Okay, but to start off this episode, Michaela says all the right things to me, but it just doesn't seem like she believes it. Like, it doesn't seem like it is what she's going to act on, how she's going to react. Like, so she said that she feels like she does not want to be the source of someone's happiness. And Pastor Cal was like, okay, kinda. He's like, you can still make somebody happy. You don't have to be all
of these memes and shit that she done seen.
Oh man, she crazy, y'all. So, but Zach is also making it hard because when he was talking to Dr. Pepper, he was just like, he wanted all these things, but he can't really say what it is. Like, I want perfection. But what is that, bro? Like, huh? Like, I think I mess it up because as soon as it's not, like, he seems like he needs therapy, y'all, because...
Did he start breaking down?
He was really upset with himself because he's like, I'm messing up something that's working. It's not working, Zach, actually. Your instincts are actually spot on. To be honest, Zach is not off. He and Michaela do not mix because she is too prideful or I don't know what it is. Like, but she does not want to say how she feels to him. And then he is stuck feeling like he's trying to make something work that probably isn't going to work. And so he's like having this internal battle.
He just seemed fake when he's sitting there too, acting like...
Because I think it's an internal battle.
Yeah, I think... He don't want to look crazy on TV. He don't want to look like the bad guy that he's not trying. But Michaela also is fake trying and not trying too. They both kind of fake in the phone.
It does feel very...
Both of them seem fake. Like,
So you just never know, like, what they went through the night before. Because the way that they're talking, you're just like, what happened? Because y'all are saying the right stuff, but it's not adding up to, like, body language, energy, like, chemistry. It's not there. And...
Did she meet with anybody else? No, it was just them. I don't think she really had scenes with anybody else.
No, but after the next day they met. I mean, after the volleyball, they got home.
He basically he probed the question, what would be your answer be on decision day, and she said,
he said no.
He probed it. He said no. Apparently, she said
today
no
was decision
today.
Day. Right. If today was decision day,
I don't know on actual decision day. They got in an argument about that shit over the little...
So she basically... He asked the question. So I do feel like, okay, y'all just met with the experts. Y'all are still trying to figure out how to get back on the right track. Why are you asking these questions that are only going to be... Unless the answer is yes, who's going to be happy about that? Nobody's going to... Like, stop asking questions that you know are going to cause... division and it's divisive. Like, what?
But let me ask you this: what you think about this? If she says, "Okay, I don't necessarily feel comfortable sleeping in the room tonight, or I don't want to. I'm irritated. I don't want you touching me," and he says, "Okay, I'm not sleeping in the other room. I'm going home." Is it both like they're both like it's my way or no way?
They're trumping, yes. He's trumping her. She's like, you can't sleep in the bed with me, and he's like, well, I don't have to sleep in the house at all. Boom, checkmate, checkmate. And then she says, okay, well, if you don't sleep in the house, I'm moving out. Like, it's this battle. It's this trump each other. They're trying to hurt one another. Right. Once one person is hurt, then they're doing what they can to hurt the other person. The only reason Michaela's like, well, if you was gonna say no on decision day, then why are we sleeping in the same bed? And he's like, because. So I got his perspective. I get her initial knee-jerk reaction, which is, you just hurt my feelings. Duh. Like, you hurt my feelings. I thought we were on the right track. I thought we were on the right trajectory, and now you're still telling me no on decision day. Whereas he could have easily said, I don't know. That's like the most neutral ass answer.
I
Like,
think we're getting better.
I don't know.
And then, but he shouldn't have never asked what was
But
your
why would he ask
decision
the
day was
question
today.
anyway?
Don't ask it.
Why are they asking these questions?
Yeah.
But I just feel like they're
Especially
trying to
if
trump
it's
each
no for
other.
you.
And I mean, I don't even know who won because Zach is acting like he cares. But why do he care if she moves out if he don't want to sleep there and she don't want to sleep in the same bed? And then we already know he be going home all the time. And his dog, where's his dog? We ain't seen this dog no more seen. So who knows where the dog is? Maybe he gave it to somebody to take care of for a little bit. I don't know. Their whole relationship feels fake. It just feels fake.
And they both are unstable. I'm sorry.
And this next
And when you see them
preview,
and I was peeking out that room like, woo, I never seen this from none of them.
So y'all, the preview for the ranch, the upcoming episode, they gave a sneak peek towards the end of the episode, and it was only about Michaela and Zach, and it was the fact that they was sitting in a bed together, y'all, and he basically, whatever happened between them, he said, okay, well, if you're not riding home with me, I'm not staying tonight. I will go home. I mean, I'll leave tonight. I don't have to wait for you tomorrow. And she said, okay, bye. Like, she cut him off. She, like, again, she getting her feelings hurt. And instead of her saying, well, no, I do want to ride back with you, or whatever the case is, she said, bye, cutting him off. And as soon as he leaves, she's, like, yelling at him.
And telling him no.
Telling him.
No, Ryan said, we can't convince him to stay. Look. Michaela, and then she looked like a little chihuahua storming through that house.
She was knocking shit over,
running through. Like, why do you not say what you mean and mean what you say?
And her face when she was trying to close the door, it was
and broke that glass, honey.
She was enraged.
I'm excited for the next 2 episodes.
We gonna see what happens. Yes,
to say the least.
Okay, so we had to get that, and we've been waiting. It's been a build up because
they've been showed us that they were about to have some crazy stuff.
That's the scene that India always says. She'd be like, "Let me go." That's not what she said.
What she always did. She's like, "Get out my face. Get out my face."
Yeah, that's what she said. She said, "Get out my face." And so it was a producer trying to hold her back. It was too much. Okay, Brett and Ryan. So it was actually kind of boring. Same Brett, same Ryan.
Except for that last scene.
The last scene. But for the most part, it was same old Brett and Ryan.
And you can tell Ryan is not trying. Ryan has never been trying. Ryan is worse than Johnny when it comes to actually just trying to do anything.
For sure.
As far as what they're showing. And Brett is slowly shutting down. I think she was hurt, like the last couple episodes really hurt, and then she lost her dog. Now I think she's like,
let's just get
let's go through it. Like, I know I'm getting rejected. I'm not going to keep.
Yeah.
And he's acting like he's about to start trying after he met with the experts. Like, oh, I feel rejuvenated. They told me there's hope for us. Like, you should have known that anyway.
No.
You didn't know that because you weren't even trying.
No. And the other thing that Brett said that I was like, thank you, was she needed to ask herself if
this ain't about
what she wanted.
Yeah.
Like, do I want to be with him? Is what he brings to the table or what he offers or the way he acts, is that something that I want in my life? And that's the thing. It's not all about Ryan. Yep. Ryan ain't the only decision maker here. And I really hate it when they do that and they make it seem like it's all in one person's hands. Like, what are they going to do? What is he going to do? Like, forget him. What do she want to do? And so at least she said that. So that definitely let us know they were back on the path of she's just there so she doesn't get fined. Period.
Very much so.
Met
with... Who he meet with?
He met with Dr. Pepper.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah, she met with Pastor Cal. Pastor Cal told her to ask him when he checked out of the marriage. And from the looks of it, she did not ask that question. Because he was like, oh, what did he tell you to ask? So I don't know if she didn't remember, because it's quite possible she didn't remember. Or if she just didn't want to ask. Maybe she didn't want to know. I don't know. Maybe he wouldn't have answered. I don't think he would have answered.
What was the question?
Pastor Cal said to ask him when did he check out of the marriage? When did he stop trying?
She probably knew the answer.
She knew the answer, or she did not. Yeah. I don't know. So Dr. Pepper told him that they don't really know each other, and he's not telling her anything. Mm-hmm. So what are they supposed to do with that?
That's what Brett was trying to say.
And Brett did say that when she met with his sister.
Yeah, we don't know each other. I want to actually get to know you. He's stuck on you're not my type. He's not trying to move forward. You haven't tried at all, Ryan.
And y'all, his sister is straight.
oh, his sister kind of snitched low.
She's not low key. She high key snitch.
I said, were they beefing? Like, why would
his
you?
sister is a traitor. She does not know loyalty at all.
Basically was like, if things just switched up randomly when he got here, because I know y'all were good too on the honeymoon, then maybe he's distracted. Maybe
she was like, having lived with him, I know how he is. Maybe he's distracted. Well.
And we saw the previews for that where he's allegedly like swiping on some of these dating apps. So the sister's saying that and then doubling down on it and being like,
and she said, but she specifically was like, maybe there's somebody here that he's thinking about or has his attention or something. Like she was very specific.
And I was like, whoa.
I was not expecting that from his sister. That is wrong.
Because when she was meeting with him last week, she seemed like she was team him.
Why would somebody tell on their sibling? Yo.
Maybe she's a woman first, honey.
Yes, apparently.
And she probably kind of likes her vibe and didn't want her to think she was crazy. Or maybe she's been in a situation like that.
And maybe she was like, I've been told your ass to say something. If you don't say something, I will. Like.
And then when is he going to get caught up for swiping, child?
It's going to happen sooner than later.
Ooh.
So Brett and Ryan, I mean, honestly, after they met with the experts, it didn't even seem like we got too many more scenes with them together and talk. Like, they did talk about the meeting, but then that was it. Yeah. Like, they were at the volleyball. They ready to give it up.
Wait, we forgot to say that when Michaela and Zach would talk to his brother, and he told his brother she took the seasoning. His brother was like, that's disrespectful. Like, Zach, you be home every other day.
Take your ass home. So maybe it was their seasonings from their house.
Probably, yeah, I'm sure. Maybe they didn't go shopping about.
So maybe they brought their stuff from their house.
And she said, oh, that's so disrespectful. Like,
and his brothers are like, you're trying and you're doing this. Okay, wait. We're not gonna go that far. Zach is not innocent in this. Exactly. And he actually said that. Like, so I give Zach that. He wasn't trying to come across as. What happened?
I just thought about the seasoning.
Oh, yeah, no. You're right.
So funny
to
me. I don't even know. I forgot to say that we had talked to. He talked to the brothers.
He did talk to his brothers, and Michaela was supposed to be there. So that's also interesting. Like, they were supposed to have a 4-way conversation with their brothers.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay. Last couple.
Rachel and Jose. Jose really rubs me the wrong way.
Oh, So he said he needed to find the soft spot between being not controlling enough and too controlling. That's essentially what he said. He's like, I know I asked for an independent woman, but what? Like, Dr. Pepper told him about himself for sure.
She did. She said, no, you are controlling.
She said, you are controlling. You are used to doing things your way. You've done a lot of things, and so you feel like you know the right way. Mm-hmm. And you need to stop.
And that's what Rachel said when she wrote that little letter.
Yes.
You already done have everything written out. You don't really want to know her opinion.
You don't really want to do it her way. He don't know.
You just want to insert her, and hopefully she listens, and hopefully she fits into your already written story.
Pretty much.
And hopefully you're sexually attracted, which they're clearly sexually attracted
to each other. Yeah, it seems like they're attracted to each other.
And that's it.
So.
But Dr. Cal, what's his name? Pastor Cal really blew me talking to her. That was the worst advice ever. Like, he downplayed the hell out of that lockout incident.
Yeah, he did.
And I don't know, and clearly it looked a little chopped up, so I'm sure the editing was whatever, but if it was better than that, they probably would have showed his part, but he downplayed that. He downplayed it as like, that's a red flag. And yes, you have to move on, but if you're going to go on with the marriage,
if you're going to stay married, you
got to try to move on. But that's not a down.
And she wasn't wrong when she said, if that happens again, I'm out.
Yeah, it made it seem like he was looking like, they're trying to paint this narrative of her that she just runs, which might be true.
And she apparently admitted to it.
But in this case, she needs to run.
Right. She didn't run. He told her ass to leave, and he locked her up.
Get the F out several times.
And the next morning,
told her the boxes.
That the boxes were in the closet.
She was ready to move, and she was like, "Oh, the boxes are in the closet." Like nothing. He wasn't concerned. No. And you think that she's not supposed to take that as a double, triple, quadruple red flag? Oh no, baby. Right. Everything he did in that situation was wrong.
Right. Instagram out here with all the red flag memes, and this is definitely a red flag meme.
Yes, a man telling you to get the F out a house that he don't pay.
When a man locks you out of the apartment that y'all share and don't either one of y'all pay the rent. Red flag, boo. So the other thing that Jose, he said he had 2 questions. The second question was, how does he get her to trust him again? Why would she trust you when your ass locked her out?
And they're lying about, let's be clear. He's still lying about locking her out.
Right.
Y'all, he's not admitting he did it on purpose and was doing it.
He was vindictive. He was being vindictive.
He's not admitting it, y'all.
He's never going to admit it.
Oh, and that would be my problem. You know,
well, maybe Kevin Frazier may pull it out of him because maybe he might be like, now she was not. They
mentioned it on Unfiltered and he kind of laughed it off because Zach was like, the first step is telling the truth.
Yeah.
Like, just admit that part. Hey, I was mad. Tell the truth. He still kind of laughed. I was like, whatever, man. Like, he still never admitted it, even on the Unfiltered. So that part I wouldn't be able to get past. You did something wrong. You can't admit it. Something wrong with you.
And why do you expect me to trust you?
I can't trust you.
And build this trust after you're not giving me a foundation to build it on. Okay. So I really don't remember much else about them this episode except for the volleyball game. And the volleyball game was cute, fun. Val came in dressed in her little cheerleader outfit. Everybody else thought she was cute. So Johnny likes when everybody else thinks shit is cute.
And that's why he came up.
And that's why he came up trying to hug her and stuff. And she was like, I was very surprised. She's like, I think he just liked the outfit. No, he likes, it's like if everybody else likes you, then he likes you too.
I agree with that.
It's like, it was.
I agree with that.
It was still it was fake. It was fake. She was like, I don't know why. Because yesterday when we were talking, he was not about me at all. What else happened? That's when Brett said everybody doesn't view this as a real marriage. She was talking about Ryan, and also she was talking about Johnny, whether she knew it or not.
She knew it. There are people that are taking it seriously and people that aren't.
Yeah, and we definitely finally saw the preview for the trip at the ranch. So we saw Michaela go nuts, but they also showed some scenes of everybody playing games and doing other stuff. It seems like Brett and Ryan are trying to have a connection. I just don't. This is the time. This is actually, the group trip is when they actually go and talk to each other about decision day. So it's kind of funny that Michaela and Zach's conversation actually wasn't that far off from when it's going to happen anyway. Because the group trips is when they all do stuff together and then they all go off on their own little,
and talk about
excursions and talk about decision day. So
decision day is probably like 3 weeks.
It's in 2 weeks, I think, because it was saying 34 days, 35 days, and then if this is in another week, it's 2 weeks away. So what you think? Okay, so one thing I can say is that I've completely updated my expectations of who's going to say yes on decision day. There's 2. Gil and Mirla and Rachel and Jose. Those are the only 2 that I believe are going to say yes on decision day. Whether or not they...
I agree. I believe everybody else, the other ones are all going to say no. No no's.
On decision day.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't see anybody saying yes. I don't see not one other person saying yes.
Because at first I thought maybe Brett would say yes and he would say no, but no, they both want to say no.
No. I said everybody else is saying no. And after that trip, Michaela and Zach may not even see each other again for the rest of the season because she acted a plum fool.
Make it for the rest of the season.
Yeah, she acted a plum fool, and the way she acted, he would be well within his right to never go in her personal space.
After she told him to leave.
The personal space. She grabbed his suitcase and brought it back in the room, y'all, and he went and grabbed it back out and was laughing. And Bao was like, I've never seen Michaela act like this. Ooh, that was a lot. So we definitely are looking forward to next week's episode.
I know, y'all, and I hope all the previews are from next week and they don't try to stretch it.
It might be 2 episodes for the retreat.
It definitely gonna be 2,
but all the next episode better be the damn retreat.
It better be that fight.
That fight. It's probably going to be the last 5 minutes. Okay.
Anyways, y'all subscribed. Please subscribe.
Because remember, we said in the beginning, subscribe.
I know. We're almost there. Anyways, thank y'all. And we will see y'all next week. We will be on time again.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.